All right. So we got the bushes and the white rabbit. This got to be like a white rabbit cult. Welcome back to the platform. It's Shay Seeking, and I'm back with another video. All right. So this Texas energy, we got the bushes and the rabbit. The white rabbit energy, I told y'all this is a syndrome I picked up on my best friend and my mother. So it would be strange to see them all these years later when my mom came here to visit and she was like, "Oh, this is my last time coming this way." And then when I told you God woke me up in the middle of the night and told me to go drive to the hometown and go drive to the north side and just go there to like all the places that I used to be. And one of the places was my friend's house, not her house that was right next to mine, but her dad owned a house like a mile away, like on the other side of the street. Okay. And like on the other side of the neighborhood, it's like a subdivision area, and then there's another one with like smaller houses on the other side. I call them monopoly houses. But there's smaller like monopoly houses on that side, and then the bigger houses is on the other side with the church and the school. And that's where we used to live. But I told you I rode past there at nighttime. I'm like, what the this is the same rental car that my mom pulled up at my house with. Now my friend and my mom should have no conversation with each other. They should not know each other. My mom and my best friend, my old best friend, they should not even know each other. So it was just surprising that, and I was feeling the heavy presence like somebody had just passed away. There's a male that we all were familiar with that passed away, and that they and my mom was here I think for a month that time or a long time, but she only came to see me like the one time. And I kept on picking up around that time I was doing videos. I kept on picking up on like a hidden court case or some kind of court case or something like this. So I'm like, maybe she's here doing something mischievous in the city or something, or in the county or something with paperwork. Because I was already privy to people doing stuff like that. I just don't know exactly when, where, what city, what to look for. If I even went down to the courthouse or something to ask, I wouldn't know what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? So it's like thanks to the blood of Christ, these people are taking something of mine into places to claim something. But we got girl here. Now I said, what about the three babies or whatever? If I was pregnant with triplets, third lips, if I was pregnant with triplets, and that was a whole incident or orchestrated incident. Because remember on Mary, on Rain, the show Rain, if y'all ever watched that, that's one of my favorite, shows or whatever. Um, they had with Lola. See, because somebody's pretending like somebody was their boyfriend before mine or something like this. I don't know. But remember, Lola got pregnant by Francis because he went to go. She was condoling. She was like, he was upset about something, and then she was like talking to him about it or whatever, and they ended up sleeping together. She ended up getting pregnant, but Mary wasn't getting pregnant with being with him all that time. And then they sent I think Narcisse put a rat in her bath, right? And Narcisse put a rat in her bath to try to scare her, like about a threat or something. So the reason why we left that little building that my dad had attached to my grandmother's house, the reason why I left that studio, because me and my daughter was in there. It was like midday though, and me and my daughter was in there, and yeah, so we got wait 9, 10. So some okay 9, 10 is under here I think. So something could have happened on 9, 10. This would have happened on 9, 10. Me and my youngest was in the room, and my person was gone somewhere, and we were sitting in there. I had made her peanut butter and jelly or something like this or whatever. And I think I told her to go put the spoon in the garbage, but she must have dropped the spoon on the floor because while I was sitting, like we had a couch as a divider between the kitchen part and then the bed part. And then I told her, go get the, no, no, no. I told her to put that spoon or something. She was licking on the spoon with peanut butter. And I told her to put it in the garbage, but I guess she missed the garbage and the spoon fell on the floor. and then a rat jumped out from underneath the cabinet, and I could hear his ass. It was like a little animal. It wasn't a mouse. It was a rat. Okay. So I told y'all somebody sent me a thing talking about your rat ass or something like that, like kiss my rat ass. So I'm thinking whatever this setup is, it started back then for somebody to take whatever this position is, right? That was just for somebody else to be Mary Queen of Scots, like I actually am. You see what I'm saying? That was for somebody else to take that spot and turn me into a Lola, somebody that would be having this person's child, because I was pregnant with the twins, but I don't think I was that far along. It was like within the first 4 months or something, possibly. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But so then I was like, I'm not staying there anymore. So I don't know what we're gonna do because I'm not staying there with no rat. And then and then we went to his parents' house on the north side of town where we met at, where I lived at before. And we ended up staying with his parents for the remainder of the pregnancy. Okay. But I think they had two different rooms. I think that we slept in two different rooms. I'm not sure. Um, but yeah, I remember we went and stayed, and then after right before we had the babies, we we found an apartment and we moved into that apartment at the Wildflower. So I don't know if somebody's trying to incorporate this or somebody's trying to lead me, but this will be supernatural shit, right? This will not be something. So the whole thing about remember when I told you about Millie being raped by Fitz's father, but I was picking up, it's not like it may not have been rape like that, but rape and pillage, meaning somebody took something of value that would get me into my next, because what happens, okay? Somebody marries a princess, she may become a queen, but her job is not done yet. She has to produce heirs. If she cannot produce heirs, then guess what? He might have to get a new queen. So and then once she has four boys, big strong boys, then they're like, yeah, she earned her spot. That's this person, the queen of such and such, and people actually start to accumulate liking to or dislike or whatever they can choose. But you're in that spot. You have these children. It would be hard for this person to, I don't know, maybe kick you out if you're doing your job or something like this. But this is what I'm if there was a boy, or if these people were doing like cyber kings and queens, or this was an Arcadia king and queen empire that they were building, and they started back then by not letting me know that I'm actually an heir to the royal throne, the British throne. You see what I'm saying? But these people, because they could have been connections with Caucasian family members, I didn't have straight Caucasian people on any side of my family, right? Okay. um you know the way that I use white on this channel is different. I call Caucasian people Caucasian people. I don't call them white people. White people is, from my research and history, I started calling white people the pure blooded Indians, or people that spawn or stem from or their offspring of or something of those particular people here. Or again, with the biblical aspect, or breaking it down in etymology, pure ones, or shining ones, or I think stars, or it says something like this, but on another, another, not like celebrity stars, but northern star or things like this. Okay. So just like black can mean bleak or white, or black can mean also bleak or white or other things. So I call the white, when they say the white man had this is the white man's law, in that the white man doesn't have to respect or honor any other people's laws or something that comes into the place. This could have kept us from being under these type of spiritual attacks from people that came in from other countries for a very long time, but somebody is disregarding something. Now it would have seemingly, what they give us the picture of by causing some type of, racism or something, will be that we're talking about Caucasian people. This is the Caucasian people's law. But I think that there's something deeper. There's a hidden lineage or something here that somebody tried to disconnect me or you from, so that you would not have any power and people could walk all over you because you don't know who you are. But because some people were Caucasian, which most people say white privilege is that. No, I'm hearing that white privilege is a privilege to a certain group of people that have certain genetics that's tied to this soil. But that what your media may tell you is like, oh, look, a blonde haired, blue eyed girl can get away with anything. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay. So on that note, the fact that on both of my sides of the family, all right, on both of my sides of the family, I had brown skinned people. I was probably one of the first people to bring a mixed children into the family. So we were still coming from family members in the 90s that be like, don't be bringing that white boy or that white girl home or something like this. You know, I still was in the 90s. That's how people around me was still talking. You know what I'm saying? But what I want to say is these people could have been part of a hierarchy because of their lighter skin or something like this, or because of their lineage. Okay. Um, when I think about coal men, that's a digging on the earth energy. That name is tied to they say, oh, you could took the white men's names, change your names back with Islam and stuff. But I'm thinking like, hold on, because now the coat of arms helped me relate to a lot of things on a lot of different levels here. Okay. When we looking at something historical or through a lineage. Excuse me. Okay. So um and then we think about Spect. I think that's his the mother's maiden name allegedly. And these are spectators or something like this. So these are people that may know about certain specks that you may, or the speckled birds, or I remember their grandfather was like a bird watcher, right? So this is like this could be the speckled energy as well here, or making a spectacle of someone. So these names are tied to whether the people are really of that family or not. These are things that's tied to the lineages, and when people hold these names, these are the seen and unseen things that could be going on. So this is what I was thinking, that they got a spectacle of something or of me, okay? Or like how I told you with the world something organization, they had that world map, and then they have that, they used to have that crate around it. I don't think they have it around there anymore on the logo. But I was saying it's almost like we're all, most of the population is in here. And when you get to those outer rings, these are certain mindsets or something here, right? Okay. Um, all right. And so let's look at it like this. We could have been in the, but the people that's in the outer rings, the watchers, they could have been watching all this play out and then doing, they the ones that would sneak and do DNA samples, this and that, to see if you can have children with these you know, we think we making choices, but really it's some shit from behind the scenes. So that's what I was saying, that these people could have found out who I was and then started this whole scam thing to promote something by replacing me out of the Truman Show, turning me into a Truman really energy only, and then getting this other person another version of me or something else to go and live a hierarchy lifestyle with, while I stay almost in the same circumstances, dying inside, because I always knew that, yeah, maybe I was supposed to have children, but I wasn't supposed to be only taking care of them by myself. It wasn't supposed to be like this, you know. I'm something bigger. I'm supposed to be doing something, always feeling weighed down by the purpose of a higher purpose, but somebody trying to physically, maybe mentally, emotionally, and spiritually bind me to just looking at life one way. You're an at-home mom, there's nothing else out here for you. And that was I was supposed to be way I am that's supposed to be so much more. Because again, the same way they say women will never be respected if the first way that a man see you is sexual, they'll never really respect you, or a group of men. If somebody sees you as a mammy sitting around, you know, with kids with a house coat on all the time, they're not going to maybe respect you or think that you can make it in any other type of societal so-called norm, or in some type of privilege or hierarchy. It's hard for them to get that image of you being that mammy or that mama, you know, out of their head. Okay, doesn't matter how much you went to school or how much you actually know or you learned on your own. Because I'm self-taught with what I've learned. Okay, So I was being a mom and a researcher as a hobbyist, or picking up different things and always working on finding something else to do to, learn something. Okay. So, anyways, so I was just thinking about this energy here. All right. And I was thinking what I was saying in the car is like, I wonder if one of those people had gotten access to me. See, because this could be again a version, the first version of this best friend when I first met this person. They made their mark on me, and then they was able to get out of the. It's almost like people hit me with a lick, and then they could get into a hierarchy. I feel like this thousands and thousands and thousands of people have done this. However, this could be death. These could be murders of me within my little 40 years on earth. It could stem back centuries with my energy being a presence here that is a permanent, somewhat president presence. But in this lifetime, many things that the unseen I was not privy of. But all of these people could have been very much privy of it, the watchers and whatever. These could people be people also, the watchers could be these energies, and they could have blood on their hands. And now they don't see somebody as special because now you see them. You imagine you thinking you in this little, you in this little thing by yourself. You thinking these is leaves, but they really eyes. And then you start going within and you start telling what these eyes see, not what you can see here being this singular person in here. These could be also two people or two masculines that can come inside of this ring and deal with this woman or probe her or something. But the rest of these people, if this person picks up another gift here, clear energy, or if they keep this person in this energy for too long, they're going to sharpen skills that the regular people wouldn't. Because if somebody else even played this part, it would be like after 22 years, or if a certain years somebody is let out of this. It's like your child 18 years old and you still making the child ride around. They got a big old bike now, a big mountain bike, but you done went and got some special training wheels built to put on a fucking mountain bike, like as if the boy or the child don't know how to ride a bike. They already on a mountain bike. But you so scared or to control the narrative or to weaken the boy or the child, you still he 18 years old riding all over the place, and you still got training wheels. You should have took that shit off when he was 5 years old and learned how to ride that tricycle. It's something like this. So this can harken someone, but it can also sharpen other skills here. Okay. Okay. So, anyways, this could also be a situation here because I told you here, this is still that stuff from yesterday with 9/11, right? So, you might have to go back to that video, but I know that they're deleting my videos. They're deleting my videos as I put them out so that only a fraction of people that are trying to ruin and sabotage everything are getting the videos, finding out what I'm on to or what I'm sharing with you guys, and taking this and turning it into large boulders and try to crash everything down. They don't want my message to get out with many because other helpers on the earth would hear the cries or the talks, and they would be able to go higher than these people and fix things that they have messed up. So think about it. These are all the bullies or all the people that's in reverse here. That's mad now. They don't see me as special because I can see them. But God said, if these people is doing something like this and persecuting you, then he's going to make this person so vigilant, or his wisdom is going to make these people look like fools. And he said, when you get started, grind them to pieces. So, I don't know if we're going to do exactly that, but, you know, we're not going to stop. Okay. So this is making me think that these people don't think that somebody's special anymore because they can't get everything over. You're talking about the things that you shouldn't know about, or I shouldn't know about, that they were doing while they could have blood and things on their hands, or guilty. Because these people could have tried to leave. Say at 22, you get out of here. You 66 and you still in this energy. It could stunt your growth in society or taking your place in society. So people listening to this, this could be what secret societies talk about. We're talking about it in public because of whatever they're doing to try to hearken one. That's very relevant right now. It's time to get this person up to speed, not to try to keep this person concealed. All right. But these people may be so used to this powerful person being in this energy, and they can siphon and drink from this fluid or get this energy, and they can do greater things. But it's like keeping somebody as like a lucky rabbit foot. And this person in that condition that could be stunted is also making miracles happen, but you're still trying to stunt this person so you can make miracles happen for you. But this person is always still stagnant, stuck here with no growth. They don't even got no clothes to wear. You understand? So the person nakedness, like you can't embarrass this person by making this person naked, because all these people could have been benefiting off selling images of this person. Somebody done got sneaky and disgusting and foul here, or foul here. These could be foul of the air, or nasty birds. Okay, nosy birds. I heard, but again, somebody could have taken these people off, or this is what's going on now. I'm hearing then and now. So there's some people that may be getting sent away or something like this, and or this could have happened in the past, and somebody wasn't happy about this. Could also be representing a baby. They sent somebody else away, because we did a video a couple weeks ago right up in here in this area. There was somebody going off on the boat, and there was a Knight of Cups handing somebody this cup. So somebody took something from, they didn't think somebody was special. They took something from a child or me or somebody. They gave it to these people to go off to calmer waters or to a distant land. All right. So they could have taken a child here. It was not a girl child. It was a boy child. Okay. All right. So that's just what I'm hearing here. Okay. Um, we got the bushes energy here. Okay. And then we got the white rabbit here. And then we have whoever this is that's not a girl. So these could represent the three fetuses or something like this. Okay. This very well could. But I'm hearing white rabbit energy. There's in the upright, but somebody wanted you to, I just feel like somebody wanted you to slander them, talk bad about them or something like this, or not trust them. Um, because Alice couldn't really trust the white rabbit in Alice in Wonderland anyways. He kept saying, "Oh no, I'm late, I gotta go, I gotta go." He'll stop in for a second, and that's what, like, my mom will call me, "Why you didn't do this? Why you ain't picking up the phone? Why I ain't talked to you in a long time?" And then she'll talk to me for like 2 seconds. She'll be like, "Well, I gotta go." As soon as I start talking about what's important, what she asked me, like how things been going, everything like this with the kids, da da da. And then I'll be like, "Well, I was just thinking that," and she'll be like, "Oh, I gotta go." And I notice with my friend all the time, when I have like a birthday party for the kids or something like this or something, she's one of those ones that can only sit still for a second. So she would come, and then she'd be like, "All right, y'all, see y'all later." She'd be walking out with like in 30 minutes or something, just to show the face. Okay. And then we have this bushes energy here. Um, so I don't know, because somebody's fate is not to go over a cliff. This could also be a hidden child here that they're saying is not a boy, and this is somebody that's not meant to go over the edge. They could have planned for a little boy, took this boy and knew that they was going to ruin me or ruin my reputation. The fact that they had to ruin my reputation lets me know that I was in the running for something. And then they would produce this child later on and say, "Ha, this person is going to be the king," or something like this. Okay. But somebody that's not really smart didn't think about this all the way, and we got family in reverse here. So I was just watching a court case where a lady had, got a divorce from her man. She's like, "I'm out of here. I don't love you anymore," or whatever. "I want to go." And then I saw another clip later on that came up where she was in court now, like a year or two later after she left the man, and they was kind of like bullying her in there, or whatever. Like, did he do this? Did he drink? Did he do all these things or whatever? And she was answering these questions. For her, like, say 10 questions out of 10, she was like, "No, no, no. Did he drink? Did he hit you?" But for me, it's like 5 out of 10. Okay. Which somebody would say, "Okay, well, I could see why you did leave the person or something, but I never left my person." And see, I had to be careful how I speak on it. It ain't even, I'm not going to be nothing. I'm not going to be nothing. These people going to mix up somebody's words so much and try to be sneaky that they're going to get themselves caught up. So, it made me think about this. Like, is somebody holding a child from someone? Does not have to be me. Like one of these sneaky groups or one of these invasion groups. Are they holding a child from someone and trying to act like you left the child behind so that somebody can keep their name clean? You understand? The father could be in a whole different world than you. Somebody's name could be Kadeem or Hardison or a Hardy son. I don't know. Anyways, um, or Jasmine. If there's somebody named Guy Young or Guy something. Anyway, whew. Okay. So somebody could be saying something here. Hold on, I gotta turn off this whatever kind of music this is. Bun, Bun, Yanni, can you turn off that TV? Can you turn that off for Dean? Can you turn off the TV? I'm not gonna do nothing. Bun, I'm about to take my phone if you don't listen. Okay, so I know that on this chat with my energy and these people having me secluded, and I'm not nothing really to be playing with. Okay, a lot of these people that's touching on my energy or touching on me, they don't even have the license or the qualities, or they don't have the qualifications to do so. But somebody's allowing them to treat someone like a weapon here. All right, could even be against myself, a ticking time bomb or something. But this is making me think, or somebody just wants me to know the truth about something. All right, so this could be even if somebody got beat up, excuse me, and they left somebody else beaten up for dead. Some energies could have, yeah, we got specs on here too. Somebody was watching this happen. This could have also been somebody making a spectacle of two people. But say this was my boyfriend, we both got beat up or something like this in the spirit or in reality. They sent this person away with this woman or something like this, okay? And they left me for dead. They could have took a child with them. They surely could have. This could be also a God energy, like somebody that was afraid of their child, taking over their kingdom or something. You know how some people used to get rid of the boys. But I'm getting that we have fate here. Okay, that somebody is supposed to get, stripped and thrown off a cliff. But I feel like because somebody is not a girl, that's not their fate. But the family is messed up for doing this, and somebody wasn't too smart, because it takes more than that to claim whatever this is. Like, you got to really be it. This could also be something about succession or something, people wasting somebody's time on earth to do what they were sent here to do. I feel like they know that somebody is immortal or something like this, and they think they should be the judge of when you should start your journey. But the world or God could need you now, and these people are trying to dictate when you should start what God said you should have been started. Okay, so this is this energy here too. Or like I said, something that happened here. Somebody was like, "Oh, this person ain't special to me." This could be an Aquarius person, and this person, I told you about the seen and the unseen. I ain't had no real boyfriend since high school. Okay, but these galactic beings and these outsiders or these shadow people or aliens or whatever, that doesn't mean that they can't be claiming us as this. You see? And that's where the problem comes in. You're not, maybe you're supposed to be an interdimensional person, but you were never plugged into the system. And so you got murdered or somebody got harmed a lot of times, and these people just cleaned it up after themselves because you did not know. You did. It's not like, oh, being, I'm inviting you, to be one with me. It's not like nothing like this. And then you walking around knowing that this entity, let's say, what can I say? Like the movie Venom. He was like that dark ooze or whatever that was with that guy. Okay. And then when he got mad, I think he went over to somebody else and started letting that person use the energy. But by the end of the movie, the one that I saw, I think he went back to the guy, okay, to finish helping him or whatever, because he felt bad. So this is what I'm saying here. Okay. And then I don't like the people that know, either they don't know that they cloned, they don't know that they passed on, they don't know that they're otherworldly beings, or they're not the same, or something like this. And then they try to get mad at me when I might point something out. Okay. Um, I don't know. Um, but I feel like it's a break in communications, or a pipeline has burst. Okay. Some deity could have been hooked up to you, or somebody that want to be one was hooked up to you all your life. But when one of them, within the past couple years, when them pipelines bust, that same landline, that ground wire, I think that's what they call the main strongest wire. I think that's what they call it, a ground wire, that thick one. Okay, that has been broken. So somebody's only dealing with little streams of information. Okay, it's not the whole gushing gooey geyser river of information that will be flooding through. Where if there was a higher power taking care of everything for you, they're plugged into that. You really don't even have to lift a finger. Everything just is. But with that broken pipeline, something else is messed up here. Okay, that's just what I'm getting. And it wasn't just done on purpose. I mean, by mistake. Okay. um this could also be somebody that stalks like young men from certain families, grooming them with the mother and father not in power. Because if this mother and father had leeway, or moves, or companions, or other constituents in a certain area, these people would fight for that person, that child, against somebody that's being a bully, or a harasser, or somebody that's being hovering, or forceful, or something like this. If you don't, it's like somebody throwing you talking about this, just the lake, but this really right at the point where all the sharks is in the ocean. Nobody's really worried about a shark bite in the fucking lake. Now I am one that is. You know what I'm saying? We can go scientific if you want to, but I done seen like certain bodies of water, and certain fish, or stuff jump over them little barriers, and it's like a lake right here, but the ocean right here, and I done seen some shit jump over to the other side. So I just don't trust no large body of water, motherfucker. I don't know what's in there. Okay, so that's just my opinion. Okay, so it's still a shark in there to me. In Lake Michigan, yeah, it's sharks up in there. Cause I don't fuck around. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of them I think I watched too many of the movies when I was little, like what was it, Tales from the Crypt? I think it was the episode called The Raft or whatever. When they was out there on that raft, and that blob of stuff was in the water. You know what I'm saying? And it was eating them people up. I watched too much of that when I was young. But anyway, so this is just what I'm getting here. I don't trust what you saying, nigga. You ain't been down up in there. I don't know what's in there. So that's that. Somebody could be the keeper of this secret, or something here. Somebody could have kept, this could be like a Zeus energy. Somebody kept somebody from their son. Also, I was thinking like this could be an egg that was stolen. But all this time, this boy then grew up and thought that you abandoned him. And this boy could be harassing or bullying the mother, because they think that the mother abandoned the child when this community kidnapped the child and grew it separate from the mother. Because I feel like this community wants to be the king or the queen or whatever. This is what I think happened in the situation. But there could be something before, on somebody was on their deathbed. They could have told somebody, no, give her this and let her know about the child or something. If these are some of these families that thought that they were more pristine, or by taking my birth chart and everything with theirs, they were able to be more abundant without me showing my black ass face. You understand? This could be something like this too. Where the reason why they were creating clones is situations like this, where somebody can fool you and make you think that that person is still there with you, but in all actuality, once these kings or these people, these could be underground kings or other aliens or something else, once they see a child that's fit, they take the father and the boy child and separate them and then build them up to be something without the actual queen or the mother. So I don't know if this could be somebody that's grown or this could be a person that's a child. I mean, somebody could be a very powerful, I was about to say musician. I meant to say magician, okay? Just the way I see it is that there's people that had been around me at some point in my life. They're not welcome or they don't come back into this realm, but they may be watchers. They were replaced for whatever reason here or there. And I feel like at this day and age, somebody could have seen something here too. They're very close to their whatever this is that they wanted to happen or wanted to do. See, because I keep on wondering that this is spaghetti. That's what I call this one masculine. He reminded me of a white stag, but now he got green on him. Or like I said, the brown stag can be the Gemini sometimes. And then there's a brown stag. There's a random masculine energy with dreadlocks that I seen in a vision or a visual. And it looked like this a mix between the two. Okay. And that when I get that other card, sometimes that remind me of that with the brown stag in my animal deck. But I don't know. This is different for me. The green stag. This could be any one of them, but I just never really picked up on the color and separated and talked about the color before when we've used these cards before. So, I don't like that somebody's looking at me like, yeah, but it's your fault. It was your responsibility to do this. And it's like, hold on, don't tell me about responsibilities when something is hidden. Don't tell me about responsibilities that you guys have been for centuries or for decades doing this process to women in this community. You're going to be held accountable. Don't try to act like I don't like people doing that. It's saying in the Bible and also in something else that you don't leave something written wrong that you don't leave something written wrong that's written wrong. Okay. I also wonder if somebody is trying to place a case on someone. There's definitely a heavy case of a feminine energy dealing with a child or a masculine energy. That would be fucked up if, like I said, these people's like, oh, it's okay, we can do this. It's called a teaching program, but you was basically just letting a whole kingdom of people that's not supposed to be or not in that position steal somebody's ideas, but you was calling them a teacher, and you was allowing these people to have access to their teacher that they shouldn't have at their home or something. Somebody's maybe not even a teacher. But somebody could be a teacher and they could be having an affair with a little kid. But they've always done this. But somebody like me that wouldn't be doing that or has never done that, this person could be trying to make you feel their pain because I told you somebody act like they like you, but they have to feed off of other people's energy to thrive, and you or I don't. Let's just cut the shit. And if it is a system where you are something, let's just say somebody was a vampire all their life, but somebody didn't ever want you to have to make a kill. So all these people grouped together and was feeding you blood every night in your sleep. You don't know these people, but that's what they was doing. And then when you grow up, they say, see, this person is a vampire. They've been ripping through the neighborhood. You're like, what? And somebody's like, we seen you on tape or something, drink that blood. And I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't ever drink no blood. But you see what I'm saying? Somebody is doing something. Like somebody's doing something like that. Somebody's doing something like that. So if you really crack this puzzle, they will still have something on you. Okay. Um, I don't know. But that's not me that is the liar to the people and to the person. That's you that manipulated something. You should have just told if millions of other people as vampires and they're able to do, why wouldn't you just let this person be who they are? Why did you trick this child and make the child think that they was normal? It's something like this I mean, I just don't know how to explain it, y'all. I really don't. I really don't, because they could have already took this child. They got everybody worried about this Nazaria Harris, and this person could name Aubrey like my child, and these people could have this person in a different city township than me right now. You took her. I didn't give my child up. You took the person, and then you trying to raise her up to take a seat that I'm supposed to be in right now. I don't think I did anything wrong not to get it. But you trying to take the child and put the child in the seat, and and you put all the money behind the child, this is a scam or something. And then when she get old enough like me, and she start wondering, you gonna play these fucking games like, oops, don't you wish you would have caught that? Oh, don't you wish that you would have known what people were saying? Oh, don't you wish that this and that? While you're robbing her blind or to death, you're gonna do the same thing. So why would I not say no, 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 no? I'm gonna manage everything for this child. I don't want nobody. I'm not. If I was working with Disney, I'm gonna be the manager, the momager of my child. I'm not leaving my child's responsibility and stuff. So if I see something funny, I could stop it right then. I wasn't so I feel like even when they was trying to get on Disney and shit like this, some of these parents should have took more accountability. Now people gonna try to make me pay for that for saying that. Okay. People going to try to make me pay for that. They're trying to also ease on down the road and say, well, we didn't have a choice. Well, I think that some of these people did have a choice, because the only people that they're trying to trap into situations like this is people that had a lot of value, and they knew that you was going to be a hard or tough cookie to crumble. A lot of these people just took the funky 100 grand or 50,000 or something like this. Or they said, oh, oh, if it's this grandpa, then I don't want to press charge. I'm not like that. I'm not like that. That's why you didn't give me a fair chance, or you didn't give me a chance to fight my own battle. Because I'm not like that. It's always going to be order, and it's always going to be the facts over your feelings. I had led a certain type of life where nobody that's trying to judge me would even be able to open up their mouth or throw the first stone. So you tried to do whatever this is here, and you're going to pay for that heavily. Okay. So that's what I was thinking. Like, if somebody mad saying, oh, say sorry because you went and did this, and then that's what caused that fight. That's like somebody telling you, remember that fight I had with that dude? It was because he slept with you. You're like, bitches, you crazy. I never slept with one of your friends. But again, they could have did a ritual on someone. Or this could be also years later, somebody acting like all these friends of this person, they go on a space mission. All these friends, now they have children with this person, this wife or this alien wife or whatever this is. Right? Well, how do you know that she slept with these people? How do you know they didn't rape her, pillage her? How do you know they didn't take her eggs and just splice them and lie and say that they was able to get with this person? But you can't you can't really get mad because this is a part of some space program and shit like that happens. But I have morals and standards, and shit like that don't happen. So I'm not gonna sleep with a long-term my spouse or my boyfriend's best friends and shit like this. Like, I just luckily didn't, I don't know, in this lifetime, I luckily just wasn't interested in any of them. I mean, maybe in the past, I don't know. I just have certain things about myself. And my friend could have did something like this, like, slept with my man and made me carry the child or something like this or whatever like this. But I still don't want to, I just still look at anybody, I just would look at it as gross as sleeping with somebody that my friend slept with. That's just my thing. Okay. All right. So let's see what else. So, well, let's pull cards on the bushes here in reverse. What did they do? This could also be some people taking these people out of the game. Taking people out of the game. Or yeah, we got judgment here for whatever was done. Okay. And then 10 of cups in reverse with two males. I don't know. This could be Brokeback Mountain-ish. Because even with the bush, that's like my 7 of Pentacles. Somebody could have stopped dealing with women, catty women, witchy women, and they got with a masculine, so they didn't get the silence to not deal with so much drama. And or this don't have to be in a relationship. This could be work wise, and something happened where these people got something here. Something could have happened to these people because of it, or in a past life somebody could have got ended in a relationship because they were gay or something like this. We have the Queen of Pentacles here. Somebody could not be the mama, okay, of a child here, like I just said. Somebody could have been, this is also lab rat energy, or in this sense the white rabbit, time energy, but being in the upright here. And then we have a Queen of Pentacles in reverse. It's almost like these people are like, that we were doing that. And it's like, I had no idea, zero. I had no idea that my vassal, my DNA was being used in that way. I had no idea. Okay. So nobody told me, hey, if you do this, then they're gonna take your baby. How somebody tell you, girl, if you were driving around every single day with that baby and then not in no car seat, one day you could get in an accident, or if the police put you, they could take your child. Somebody say something like that, and you like, oh yeah, or like, just common sense stuff. If you're not feeding your children, somebody could take you. Yeah, it's a certain way that they have to do that, though. It's a certain way that they have to do it. I hate to say it like that, but this is the truth here. You know, in the way that you do it is not to put cameras in somebody's house for 5 years just to wait for the one time out of 5 years that the parent spanked the child, when you made a false claim against this parent that they beat the child, and you could left a camera in their house for 5 years and you caught them spank their child one time, and then now you secretly got the secret DCFS, and you did not knock on this person's door and say you under some kind of we're here to look in your house and see this and that, woody woo. Okay. We're going to investigate this, da, 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 da. That there's a right way to do it. Okay. And I feel like whatever this is not. Whatever they've been doing is not. Somebody almost took your so-called humanity card or something and turned you into a pet and was doing whatever the fuck they want to do with you. Taking you, having in-house vet, visits or something. This is something like this, kind of sinister here. All right. So somebody is trying to say that they in the upright, but a Queen of Pentacles may be in the wrong here. Okay. In doing something. But remember, we have family in reverse, and somebody's not that smart. I'm wondering too, if somebody could have thought that this is the way it works. This is the way we've done it for centuries. But now you waking up saying, if anybody took any eggs from my basket, you about to go to jail. And now people trying to secure lawyers and stuff. But you never stopped me in my reality and said, hey, can I have one of your eggs? Because I really want to have a baby. You never did that. You understand? So somebody could be trying to cover themselves, but you would have to explain why you have somebody else's ovaries, or why you have somebody else's uterus, or why do you have somebody else's fucking embryo in the first place. Right? So these could be people that took these things and now they're trying to secure them by getting lawyers and stuff like this to make sure that you can't be connected to these stolen children. Like, you would have to call it what it is here. All right. So somebody's trying to say I'm right. Just like y'all heard me in my video earlier, like, go sit down. You about to get on my, if you don't be quiet, I hadn't heard myself sounding like that in like 20 years or something plus. Okay. But this could be also spell work here. All right. So that somebody can say, look how she's talking to that child. She should not get custody of this child. You are a thief and a murderer or something. You should not get this child, because this Queen of Pentacles make me think that somebody killed somebody and took the child. This is like, huh? Because I thought in my house I was raising my children with my man. How would I know that another bitch egg got put in my stomach on purpose because they can't have children or something, or because they wanted to be attached to my estate or my future inheritances? And you get what I'm saying? And you was watching me, bitch. What? And you was watching me trying to get me to stumble or something like this, or to spank a kid one day and get real mad so you could say, see, that's all we needed. We got to get those kids out of there. And I still didn't see you get the kids out of there. You stole them. Like, I don't know. Somebody saw this person here. So this person could be trying to think they're getting away with something here. And somebody could have a little girl now, but I feel like this ain't the case of the little girl. This is something else this is like an older time. Somebody, they're disregarding something that they did in the past. It's like your boyfriend or somebody was in a secret society. They fuck on each other. They have babies with each other. They birth them not in pain. They put them in a facility or a test tube or something, whatever. But this person was having like a so-called, in the public eye, everybody knew y'all was together. This could be something like this too. Somebody got a lot of money and they got some power in a city here. All right. But somebody's seen what this person did in the past with this boy. Somebody stole or kidnapped. So we should not be having no kidnappers thinking that they should be able to take babies from people that don't have a record with DCFS, that's not a kidnapper, that I'm wondering how the hell you got a kid of mine anyways, because I thought I birthed all my children and I thought that I was the only one that really took care of them. So I wouldn't know. Okay. Yeah. So we got the boy energy here. Somebody don't want, this could be also custody. If somebody was illegally linked to me when I was younger and they still now, this boy that they took could be back in the day. The girl that they have now, the person is fighting to be able to keep that child in case I find out what they actually really did. You see, it's something like this. Like, don't get mad at the person that funny shit is going on and they're expressing their feelings and concerns. Because this would be something like, I have a right hand and a left hand just like you do. You mean to tell me somebody can make a law and make me only be able to use my right hand and I can't use my left hand, and everybody else that's fighting against me is using their right and left hand? That don't make no sense here. Yeah, something could backfire on something in Florida. Okay. Yeah, something is being opened up here, or something is being seen. Something happened in the South between like Georgia and Florida. All right. And well, I'm not going to say a little boy. I need a big boy. This could be a big boy. All right. Somebody could be also trying to prove that somebody is not this, this, and that. And they about to find out that they're not the son of something. All right. They're not. And they don't, I'm getting the Sunshine State or Sunshine, Florida, and that they didn't have the weight of the world on their shoulders. Somebody just lied. They had it easy or something here. They had something on Easy Street here. This could also have something about the Versace energy here. Who really benefited from the death and who really separated finances or something like this in the end. Kind of crazy. I was thinking about how I think with the guy that he was dating, I thought that in that movie, the sister had dated this person first. And then he dated this person. I don't know why nobody kind of look at that. Yeah, we got crafty counsel here. And then it's like, who was really somebody's sister or family member? Was it really these people? Was it somebody else? So on the highs and lows, these people was plotting, the hierarchy and the people that's like in the regular, domain or something like this was manipulating something around the case here. We got a Hierophant in reverse. Because I be thinking about some of these cases like, dude, when they say these cases now, it's like making me think like, damn, did something happen on another level? Like, the place is just a visual. Sometimes on these news programs. And it's just making me think, damn, did somebody, come to try to ring somebody's doorbell or get to somebody's house or something for whatever reason, and the person was struck down or something? Like, you just never know. Yeah, and then you got Two of Cups. Somebody got into a union here right after somebody's death. I don't know what this is here. Because there's heavy manipulation. This is like dark, black, chocolate, nasty, dookie, so-called manipulation or magic. Because magic to me is manipulation. Somebody knows how to do something lots and lots and lots. For a long time, they've been doing it over and over again. Okay, and then we got this Seven of Wands here. And on this one, this looks like somebody's waiting outside the fence with like a weapon or something like this. Seven of Staffs. And I'm guessing if somebody's really connected to these feathers, every time one of these people, even if they was in the limelight, they were killed, it killed off a little piece of you or me, whoever this is that is the Empress. And every time you didn't get inheritance or something, it chipped away at the strength of the. It chipped away at the strength of the being and of the empire or the kingdom here. King of Wands in reverse. Hold on one second.